All right, so let's get into the story. Rob, what is at the top of the story? What is at the top of the story?
Right now, Bondi Beach shooting.
Bondi Beach shooting. Okay, so let's go to Bondi Beach shooting. So Bondi Beach shooting. What clips can we show? Can we show?
I pulled everything that doesn't involve any type of bodies or anything like that.
Okay, but we can show. So let's go through some of the stats of what we have. Father and son terrorists. Okay, Islamist terrorists decide to shoot up an event that's taking place at Bondi Beach, Australia. Family celebrating Hanukkah. Okay. And they shoot up from a bridge, father and son, and kill 15 people, I believe is the latest number, ages 10 to 87 years old, 42 plus still hospitalized. One man named Ahmed Al-Ahmed steps up to take the weapon away, which we've all seen, Rob. If you want to play the clip of the hero who just steps up out of nowhere, 43-year-old man, who I believe has a fruit stand. Yep. This man right here, Rob, if you want to play the clip, you know how much courage it takes to do something like this?
Oh, my God. Good for him.
Think about that. And by the way, you know they teach you in training, if you're in the movies, if you're in the theater, and somebody comes up with a gun, you know what they tell you to do in training? They tell you to walk up to them and run up to them and grab them.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead the other way around. Not everybody, but somebody for them to do. And look at this guy.
And by the way, that's the father. The father goes and rejoins the son to start shooting more people because he has more weapons.
I don't know if you see it there, but the guy who now has the gun, who's the hero, Ahmed Al-Ahmed, he walks around that tree the other side and he is struck in the shoulder
by the son.
By the son who shot him. So he could have died right there.
And not only that, he could have killed the son's father and gave him mercy. And the guy still went up on the bridge, grabbed another gun, and started shooting. So, look, I got a lot of thoughts on this one here, but Vinny, I'll go to you first. What do you know? What was your reaction? What do you think's really going on here?
Well, the fact that father and son, what ideology do you have? And I love people online. Everybody's going after me. They were talking crap. They're like, you don't know. And obviously they're going to bring in Israel. I'm like, these are two Pakistan terrorists, father and son. Stop this whole false flag nonsense bullshit. I'm sorry. It got to a point where I was like, bro, these are two people that have an ideology that is just like kill. Like, what does a 10-year-old kid have to do with anything? And yes, this was a Jewish event. Guess who they shot? Everybody. They weren't looking for yarmulke people. They were shooting every single person that was there. And just FYI to everybody, they killed non-Jews. Just letting you know. They probably shot some Muslims. They probably shot some Christians. They definitely shot some Christians. Okay? And by the way, just two things that drove me crazy. The response of the law enforcement in Australia was abysmal. For 20 minutes, nothing was going on, and there was witnesses that were there that were saying cops were scared, they froze, they were hiding behind vehicles. And what drove me crazy too, Pat, is one guy, Rob, do you have the shot of the guy that was recording on the bridge? From the opposite side of the bridge, and we'll just show. It was actually the side angle. It was side. But anyway, guys, and yeah, Rob, I'm gonna ask this for 2 seconds. They recorded for 12 minutes. 12 minutes they recorded these guys shooting until they were shot and one of them was killed. Where's the cop? Where's the response from law enforcement? And I was talking with Chad before this in New Zealand, in these places. The cops have their guns. Some of them have their guns. They're locked in their vehicle or locked in the back. They have bean bags, they have tasers, and they have, what is it? They have batons. Like, and by the way, strictest gun law, probably in the world, Australia is one of them. Only 3% of the population has guns, and this is, and I want to show, guys, you tell me what type of training. This is a bolt action. I don't know if it's I find out the name of it, Rob, but look at this. Tell me, whoever shot a bolt action, look at this action that he's doing. Go ahead, Rob. Look at this. Boom, 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 reload. Dude, that's
smooth.
That guy has been trained.
He's been trained. There's no way you know that's an average guy.
That's not an average guy. And how, by the way, this guy and his father, they had 6 guns, well trained. It was on a mission. And by the way, this is a pattern. This is a pattern. Australia, okay, DC with the National Guards, Syria, soldiers. When are we going to stop pretending? Not us, but the powers that be, that this is not just a one-off. And then people like Mamdani who are like this globalized Intifada bullshit, whatever. Intifada, Nelly Furtado, I don't give a damn. Whatever the hell you want to call it. When are we going to stop pretending? Okay, because there's one book that these people are following that calls for freaking murder and death of non-believers. And if I hear one more person message me and try to say, well, in the Old Testament, Samuel was you're bringing up one war story in the Old Testament. When Jesus Christ came on the scene in the New Testament, where does he call for murder? Where does he call for killing the innocent? Where does he call for stabbing people in the neck? Where does he hook up with a 9-year-old? Go ahead and try to show me that. Okay, this is a different, Pat, this is something evil and it's brewing. And the last point I'm going to make, and I'm sorry for going so long, do not, and I'm not a fear monger. We don't do fear. Our future looks bright. It does look bright because we have God on our side, okay? But my thing is this, and I want everybody, this isn't fear mongering. This is be on point and keep your head on a swivel. 2 million, Thomas Holman said this last week, 2 million gotaways. Gotaways are in this country, and don't forget all those Middle Eastern guys that were here, lining up that came in here, and that one guy that said, soon you will know my name. Soon you're going to know who I am, okay? So I'm not trying to scare everybody, but be on point and be ready, because this is just the beginning.
Tom.
Well, I'll tell you, I am equally concerned by the police response. They appeared to be poorly trained and poorly prepared. Yep. They could be great cops, physically fit, good with their weapons, but then there's training to respond to a live shooting like this. And they say that the police froze rather than move. Now, there were 2 officers that supposedly attempted to pick a flanking vector
Yep.
to get to the, and they were shot.
Yes.
And so they actually shot. They did not kill them. The 2 police officers there, but the list of people, I went down through it, and it was Rabbi Eli Schlonger, who was a respected leader. He was the organizer of the event. Apparently, he was up speaking, and they took him down, and he was killed. And then Alex Klakeman is an elderly survivor of the Holocaust, Adam, that shielded his wife and rolled over on her, and apparently was shot twice and succumbed at the scene. So this was absolutely, there was more than just Jewish people that were shot, but this was the shooting was aimed at the Jewish people who were there celebrating Hanukkah, and they got their target. Tragically, horribly, they were prepared and they were trained and they got their target. Sadly for me, Pat, maybe you want to pick up from here. ASIO, which is Australia's sort of intelligence agency, defense intelligence agency, they had identified these guys.
Oh, weird.
And they were on their list, but after a review, they said they were not an immediate threat. And they also found IEDs that they called capably designed. That was all I could find on it, that the police found IEDs in their car, their vehicle, and they said that they were capably designed. So I guess that what they're saying is, Pat, is that those were legitimate devices that could have been set off.
Adam, I have a bunch of thoughts, but Adam.
Well, look, they always target the Jews first, but never last. So if you're thinking, well, I'm not Jewish, I have nothing to worry about, you got another thing coming, ladies and gentlemen out there. If you're not familiar with Bondi Beach, I've been there.
Me too.
I have a very good friend, and I want to give him his credit. Bondi Beach is like Venice Beach in LA, or Waikiki in Hawaii, and or Ipanema in Brazil, South Beach, Miami. It's a tourist attraction. This isn't some random spot. This is one of the most scenic, well-known beaches in the world. And thanks to Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, your historic, iconic beach will no longer be known for surf and waves and beautiful people with tan bodies. It is now known as Islamic terrorism hub, where people get murdered like sitting ducks, boom, 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 when they're just trying to enjoy the beach. And let's be clear here. This was, yes, a Hanukkah event. It's a beach. They're shooting indiscriminately. The most ironic part, I guarantee you there's just regular, everyday Australians just hanging out at the beach. I'm willing to bet, since there's been so much anti-Semitism in Australia, that someone who got murdered was probably part of the Free Palestine protest. That's how ridiculous Australia's been going. So I've been having conversations with my one friend in Australia, and he was actually supposed to be at this event. He has 2 young daughters, 3 and 1. And the reason he was going to go is because he was going to take them to the petting zoo. And he had a headache and decided not to go. And if he was there, him and his kids and his wife maybe would have been murdered. But if you recognize, and I've been texting with him nonstop for the past year, I said, what's going on in Australia? And it's been a slow drip. He's like, I don't feel safe in my own country. They're inviting terrorism here. Hamas protest, Hezbollah protest. It's everywhere. And the reality is this: if you flirt with terrorism, hey guys, no, come on in. Hamas, yeah, we're all friends here. Free Palestine, sure, yeah, Hezbollah. You're inviting the wolf into the hen house. And the number one thing that I want to convey is this whole concept of tolerance. BBD, we've talked about this. I know this was a major word in your life and you've sort of abandoned the word, right? Tolerance. How about we flip it? Zero tolerance for terrorism. Zero tolerance for people who want to kill you. The West is murdering themselves. There's a common thread here with Canada, with the UK, and with Australia. Isn't this all part of the crown, part of the God Save the Queen?
Mm-hmm.
Soon enough, there'll be Allah Save the Queen.
It's Commonwealth. UK,
yeah, the
Canada,
Commonwealth.
It's called the
So
Commonwealth.
you're flirting with terrorism. You're under the guise, these progressive, weak leaders, Anthony Albanese, Keir Starmer, Mark Carney, Justin Trudeau, these male feminists want to pander to votes, and this is what you get. You're tearing down your own country for the sake of tolerance.
I got you. So I want to show you a couple clips here. Elon Musk is on Rogan. They're having a conversation about a book that Gatsad wrote. And the conversation is around, what's the word they're using, Rob? If you can go back to the tweet. Can you go back to the tweet? The word that they're using is suicidal empathy.
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to watch this here. I want you to watch what suicidal empathy means and the way Musk breaks it down. Go ahead, Rob.
There's a guy who posts on X who's great, Godsad, and he talks about basically suicidal empathy. Mm-hmm. Like if there's so much empathy that you actually suicide yourself.
Yeah.
So that we've got civilizational suicidal empathy going on. And it's I believe in empathy. I think you should care about other people, but you need to have empathy for civilization as a whole and not commit to a civilizational suicide.
Also, don't let someone use your empathy against you so they can completely control your state and then do an insanely bad job of managing it and never get removed.
The fundamental weakness of Western civilization is empathy. The empathy exploit. They're exploiting a bug in Western civilization, which is the empathy response. I think empathy is good, but you need to think it through and not just be programmed like a robot.
Right. Understand when empathy has been actually used as a tool.
Yes. It's weaponized empathy is the issue.
Okay, so he's explaining this. There's two clips I want to go through with this. Suicidal empathy, right? Suicidal empathy. There's a guy that's going around, okay, Rob, if you have that clip, there's a guy that's going around asking people if they're willing to take a refugee in. And he's got a little clipboard with him, this guy right here, YouTuber. He's asking protesters, okay, hey, we know you're out here because it's not fair what they're doing to refugees. Well, I'm with you guys. But hey, he's got a clipboard to say, are you willing to adopt a refugee? Look, this is the part where people will act until there's the action, and I'll look how they react to this. Go ahead, Rob.
If you'd like to go down on a list saying you're willing to take the refugees into your home.
Of course not. The problem is I rent.
You rent?
Yeah.
Maybe an issue?
Yeah, because they've got,
Going on a list of people that's actually willing to adopt a refugee and take them into your home?
No, I'm sorry, I can't.
You can't take one?
can't.
You don't have the space? My name's Jim.
Jim.
Just because you've got that refugees welcome here,
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if you'd like to go on a list of people that's willing to actually adopt a refugee and take them into your home?
Well, if I had any space, I
If
would.
you had
but
any
yeah,
space.
It wouldn't be.
weird.
Right. Excuse me, sir. Would you be willing to adopt a refugee?
I would be willing, yeah, if I had the space.
If you had the space?
Yeah.
So, where should we put them then?
Where should we put them?
Yeah.
There's
Would you be willing to have a refugee in your home?
yes, if I had room.
If you had room, it's
Do
funny.
you see the pattern? It's funny what
Excuse me,
everybody
my
else
love,
is
will you go
saying,
on
right?
list
Now,
of
let me
people?
continue with this. Let me tell you what happened in Australia. There's this clip, Rob, they can go to. Here's what an imam, how he is celebrating what's going on in Australia. Not this one, Rob. It's you had it a minute ago. You have it up. It's one of the clips that you had up. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Not that one, not that one. Keep going to like the sixth one, Rob. Go. You had a clip that's celebrating what just happened. You just had it, Rob. You literally just had it up, so I don't know which one it was. Anyways, so there's an imam that is celebrating in Australia, Sydney. What just took place? Okay, I just texted it to you, Rob. He's celebrating what just took place, and look at the passion he has on what is happening. Look at the passion he has. Look how he is communicating with his folks and what he's saying. Now, this looks like it's from yesterday, after what the event took place, okay?
Oh, okay, I sent this around.
Watch this. I'm smiling.
I'm smiling and I'm happy. I'm elated. It's a day of courage.
It's a day of courage.
It's a day of pride. It's a day of victory.
Allah Akbar.
Okay, so you can pause this. This is a clip that, by the way, just so everybody knows,
in Australia.
This is Australia after October 7th event takes place.
He goes, he's excited and he's happy.
But this has been happening for a minute. Now let me show you another one. Here's 2 nurses in Australia. Okay, guys calling, having a civil conversation with 2 nurses in Australia that work in hospitals. Look at the way he reacts. Go ahead, Rob.
How are you, man?
Good, how are you, my man?
Pretty good. Are you a nurse, a doctor?
I'm a doctor, my man.
A doctor? For what?
In hospital. What about you? Where are you from?
I'm from Israel, from the Holy Land.
You know what? I'm going to be really honest with you.
All right.
I'm going to be really honest with you. You actually got a really, really beautiful eyes.
Thank you, man.
But I'm so upset that you're Israeli. Like, eventually you're going to get killed and you're going to go to Jahannam, inshallah.
Jahannam is hell.
These pretty eyes, they should stay in this world for longer.
Why do you think? Why do you think I'm gonna get killed?
It's Palestine's country, not your country. You piece
how are you?
Shit.
What's your name?
One day, your time will come and you will die the most.
Just keep watching.
We spread
listen to me.
Peace.
Listen to me.
And you spread
when your
death.
time comes.
How are you, doctors? Wait.
I want you to remember my face.
Okay,
so
okay.
You can understand
Gotcha.
That you will
I have a question
the most
though.
disgusting death.
All right, for sure. I have a question though.
Yeah,
I have a question. Let's say an Israeli. God forbid.
I won't treat them. I'll kill them.
You'll kill them? So if an Israeli is in Australia and God forbid something happened to him and he comes to your hospital, would you kill him?
You have no idea how many Israeli Khara dog came to this hospital and I sent him to Jahannam. I literally sent him to Jahannam.
Pause it right there. All right. So what does that sound like? By the way, again, This is the part that a lot of people keep talking about. I said a few words yesterday. I cannot believe you're saying they're false flag. This is what's going on. They're trying to use this to ID, and Australia is going to use this to increase the tensions, and Israel's loving this because they're going to use this to try to, silence them, and they're going to use it as you cannot say any opinions because of what's going on. This is all an act. Really? Yeah. Okay. Check this out. Check this out. 2 terrorists, Pakistani terrorists, Muslim jihadists in Australia, who are not from there. They went there as refugees. Killed 15 people ages 10 to 87 years old. Can you pull up the picture of the young 10-year-old girl that was killed, Rob? 10 to 87 years old, okay?
From
this
different
10-year-old
walks,
is someone's daughter.
Jeez.
There was a French soccer player that also got killed there, 19-year-old, 20-year-old French soccer player that also got killed. You can get the list on BBC. This is Matilda. That's someone's daughter, okay, that was killed. So while this is happening, the guy that saved him happens to be a Muslim. They say he's a Muslim. Some are saying he's a Maronite Christian, but they say he's a Muslim. And Ahmed Al-Ahmed, I watched the interview of his parents of what happened afterwards. Gets shot up twice. Does this guy give you the vibes of a peaceful Muslim? Does he give you a vibe of a peaceful Muslim?
He gives me the vibes of someone who's doing the right thing.
He gives me the vibe of a peaceful human being. Okay? But check this out.
He's a hero.
Even one peaceful Muslim who could have taken the guy's father's life when he walked away, gave him mercy. The other guy still, with the mercy that was given to him, didn't return the mercy and came back and kill them. You let a snake go, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to spare this guy's life.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you let the snake be in the backyard while your kids are playing? That snake's going to spare your kid's life? No mercy for you. They're not wired like you. They don't think like you. They don't live like you. They don't have the same values like you. They live in a very different way, folks. They live in a very different way. Even if only 10% of them are extremists and they believe in a jihadist and all these other things that they follow, even if it's 10%, 10% alone is more powerful than the 90%, because the 90%, you notice, he didn't even do anything to take the guy's life. He gave him mercy. The 90% was a guy's like, listen, let this man go. I'm going to spare his life. The guy goes up, grabs a different weapon, starts killing people. What do you do then? So now Americans are like, well, you know, but this is fear porn. Well, don't listen to me. Listen to another Muslim man who escaped an ISIS environment. And look what he's saying. You have it up there, Rob. This isn't it. Okay, if you can go to the next clip, not this one, Rob, keep going. Right there. Watch what he's saying. And maybe, Rob, if you can fast forward 20 seconds when he starts speaking. From right there. Yeah. Watch this here. When he says it is the beginning. Watch this, folks. Okay? Go ahead.
Is the current beginning of the death. It's already happening. There are areas in France where Christians cannot walk freely. President Macron has come out saying that the Islamist movements want to secede from France. This is a leader of a country telling you that he has lost control. He's admitting finally that he has lost control. There are serious agendas being played in that region. Look, I am a Muslim, but I cannot live in an Islamist theocracy. I can live in a Christian government based on their constitution, because that is where peace lies. I can't live in a place where ISIS rules the area. That's no Muslim with a brain that works would want to live under ISIS, right? And when we come to the West trying to warn the governments and intelligence agencies about what is happening, about the people we fled from, we have this new political correctness agenda that tells us, oh, we're the racist, we're the ones who are traitors, and the extremists needs to be understood and embraced, and, you know, they have a point, let's listen to them. And sooner or later, they're in parliament, they're in government, and there you go in America, you have Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib changing the narrative in Washington that is now affecting the whole, influencing and affecting the narrative around the world, attacking Jews, attacking Christians, and this is just the beginning. So if Christians don't wake up, Christian leaders don't wake up, then we Muslims who fled from extremists can't help you anymore.
We Muslims who escape from extremism can't help you anymore. They're telling you what the DNA is. Now, some may ask the question and say, well, then why are you still a Muslim? Why are you not a Christian yourself? And that's a, theological debate to have. But here's the vision. You got, when you're sitting there going up against the competitor and the competitor tells you clearly to your eyes what his vision is, why are you questioning him? That's their vision. Go ahead and play the vision. Here's a Muslim leader in Chicago.
These days we don't repeat this enough, or we don't have this aqidah concept firm in our minds that Islam did not come to coexist.
Okay. Good to know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Islam لا يعلى. الإسلام يعلو ولا يعلى عليه. And Islam is raised high and nothing is raised above Islam. We can't think of Islam that it came to live with these other religions, in the sense that Islam is a religion amongst those religions, and they have a share with the truth. And they have a share of justice. And they have a share of, this worship of Allah, the correct worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Islam came to correct all of that. Islam came to remove the oppression of all those religions. And it is the only truth. And it is the only way to justice.
It's the only truth, guys.
It's the only truth. It's the only way of justice. And you can continue, Rob. I mean, I can continue. Go to this video. Here's a man who is in the streets questioning and condemning pedophilia. And look at the students there. You can tell he's pretty well-read and reasonable. He can't even answer a basic question. Go ahead, Rob.
He raped a 9-year-old girl, Aisha. He is the most
This
revered man in the
UT
entirety
Dallas,
of the religion.
University of Texas,
He
Dallas.
raped a 9-year-old girl and married a 6-year-old.
So, what defines a child?
What defines a child?
I'm not going to define what a child is for you. A 6-year-old is a child. She was playing with dolls.
This isn't
when he raped
US.
her.
No, a person who enters into puberty in Islam is defined as an adult. That's why 13-year-old men.
So let's get this straight.
Pause it right there.
Pause it right there.
If you're watching this, folks, do you agree with that? If in Islam, if a child goes and has puberty, it's no longer a child. Do you agree with that? Should we take on that ideology? This is not at University of, Pakistan. This is Dallas, Texas, known as one of the most conservative cities in America. Okay? This is not, they're not going to like UC Berkeley. This ain't Dearborn. This ain't Minnesota. This is Dallas. You know who lives in Dallas? A ton of rich Republicans. He's saying it in Dallas. Keep playing this video, by the way. Watch this.
To have sex with people who hit puberty?
Right now, I'm saying.
But you're acknowledging that in Islam, it's okay to have sex with people who have had puberty.
No, I'm not acknowledging that. I'm
just
saying
said it.
In Islam, and the adult is defined by someone who has reached the age of puberty.
So you are acknowledging that in Islam, it's okay to marry and have sex with people who have reached puberty. Yes.
I'm not being explicit.
Okay. So I also believe that having sex with people just who have hit puberty is incompatible with the West. 14-year-olds hit puberty all the time. You can't have sex with 14-year-olds. I'm sorry, Muslims.
And that's the question.
I'm not expressing.
By the way, and that's the question. I have a John Morgan the other day, billionaire who owns Morgan & Morgan, okay? And he says in his family, he has 4 kids. They got married to somebody else. He's having a conversation. One of his sons, he tells me, comes to him and says, Dad, I'm willing to get married to this girl. She's willing to marry me, but there's a couple things she wants to change in our prenup because they have a very strong prenup, meaning our wealth is not going to go to her if she doesn't sign the prenup the way we write the prenup. Okay? Tom, are you with us? So he is not willing to sign the prenup. So what happens? He says, guess what? Then I'm not giving the wealth. He's like, but Dad, I love her, but she loves. No, it's okay. She doesn't have to sign it. But our wealth also cannot be given to you. So it sounds like, all right, cool. So he goes and does what? Makes the girl sign the prenup. And she signs it willingly. And they get married. He's happy. He loves his daughter-in-laws and father-in-laws. But guess what? Compatibility. Does this person work together with the way you are? In America, they do this thing called sleepovers, okay? And I'm not a fan of sleepovers. Now, let's just say a kid wants to sleep over at our house, okay? With me on the floor, with 3 security guards, nothing upstairs in the room, nothing by themselves, nothing door closed, nothing. It's not compatible with my values and principles. It's not. What if they say, but we do it all the time? I don't care what you do. I don't do it. So if somebody's like, well, what's wrong with this? This is their values and principles. It is not compatible with the values and principles of America. It's just not. Should you just sit there and compromise your values and principles? Really? Should that be a non-negotiable? I don't know. I don't think it needs to be. I don't think you need to negotiate your non-negotiable. I don't think you just sit there and you're like, yeah, it's not a big deal. Let them do it. It's okay. Come on down. No. Come downstairs. No one's upstairs in the room with the doors closed. You're 12 years old. No one needs to be upstairs with the doors closed. Get downstairs. Why? Because it's not compatible with my values and principles. America has a certain set of rules, guidelines, things that we follow. Then you want to let somebody else just come in and say, no, this is how we do it. No, this is how we do it. And by the way, just so you know, not only are we here in your home, in your country, but we also didn't come here in your home, in your country, to what? To not only be compatible, but we also didn't come here to coexist. And what Americans say? It's okay.
Come on in, guys.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Well, you're an Islamophobic. It doesn't bother me when you say that. It doesn't. Vinny's starting to get death threats right now on his
starting. It's been going on for
messages, and so you get these messages, and what do you hear about? What do you think this is a normal way of going? And by the way, keep this in mind. All this conversation there, Australia, you got now happening. UK's been happening for many, many years. You're seeing stories in Europe. You have a Rob. I don't know if you heard what this previous leader from UAE. Do you have that one, Rob? Who was saying, we told you from Europe to be careful 7 years ago that this was given. This is not a new one that was given. Your UAE foreign minister issued a warning to the West Do you have that one, Rob?
No, I'll find
It's in one of the ones in the message that I have in our notes section.
Clips
Yeah,
talking about
everybody
Islamism.
has
We've
seen it.
this before we put this on the podcast.
But this is a warning, West. This is a warning, Rob. I just texted it to you. This is a warning right there. Okay, right there. See how long it is. If it's the shorter one,
45
Perfect.
seconds.
That's the one. Watch this. This is, and by the way, he specifically decides to say it in English, so he's not. You don't have to translate and not even trust the translation by 2%. He says it to you in English. This is UAE's foreign minister. Go ahead, Rob.
And let me say this in English so you can understand what I'm saying.
I have translation.
No, I know you have translation, but I just want to make sure you get it right. There will come a day that we will see far more radical extremists and terrorists coming out of Europe because of the lack of decision-making, trying to be politically correct, or assuming that they know the Middle East and they know Islam and they know the others far better than we do. And I'm sorry, but that's pure ignorance.
He's giving you the warning.
That's like a lifeguard going, guys.
There's sharks in the ocean.
So, Tom,
and you go like this. You don't know.
What do you think should be the solution here, Tom?
Well, I have an idea about the solution. And just backing up to everything and just summarizing what I've heard is what people have been thinking. They use diversity. If you're against diversity, then you're a racist and you're bad. And they open the borders with the empathy tool. Their objective was to win elections and bring people in. The consequences, they lose the country. For all those years, they maintained control. Democrats maintained control over ethnic minorities as voting blocks here because they gave them something. And so that's the way the Democrats are thinking. They're thinking, oh, we'll just give them this, we'll give them that, and you'll give them the freedom to do this, and conservatives will scream bloody murder, but so what? We got our voting block. But now they're going to lose the country. At some point in time, Elon Musk is right. The empathy, the suicidal empathy, we have to recognize what it is. That, in business, Vinny, if I had a contract with you and all of a sudden there's a problem we have and we review the contract, we find out that something wasn't written in there that, anticipated this problem. You know what we do? We do an addendum because it's called a loophole. Well, one of us is using a loophole and we need to tighten this up. You want to stay business with me? Yes. I want to stay in business with you. So we have to close this loophole. Let's close the loophole, make an addendum because no one saw COVID coming and it's affected us. Pat, there's a loophole in the Constitution, and there's a loophole with suicidal empathy, and some leader in the United States has to stand up and say that we are now going to put a filter at the border. We've seen enough. I mean, look at all the people that want socialism in the United States, but don't want to go look at what you can see happened in Europe. They don't want to go back and look at that. You can see the case study. Look how Greece was among the first. And it's been 15 years or more since they had the austerity riots. You know what that was, Vinny? That was people being told, hey, we told you could have retirement. We told you could have this. We told you could have that. Yeah, we're broke and we're not going to give you that. Right. And everybody protested. The people that were 55 protested because they were told they had to work 5 years more. Young people in their mid-20s protested because if their grandparents and their aunts and uncles work 5 years more, they can't get government jobs. So everybody was upset. They burned cars and big riots. We don't see those case studies. Pat, the case studies are there. There's a loophole in the Constitution. There's a loophole with suicidal empathy. And some leader needs to say, we are now putting a filter on this, and it stops now. It's not going to be easy. People are going to say, you're pulling freedoms. You're not in favor of what's going on here. The other side of the Constitution. No, we have found the loophole. We have to close it.
Well, this is a generational curse within Islam. What do I mean? These weren't just some random people shooting. This was a father and son. Hey, son, what do you want to do today? Should we go, shoot some hoops? Or should we throw the ball around? Should we play some soccer? No, let's go murder people together. Could you imagine what that even means? You know what this reminds me of? There was a Nova Festival reenactment here all over Miami, and they reenacted what happened on October 7th. One of the most glaring, shocking, disgusting things I've ever seen in my life is one of the Hamas murderers, terrorists, called his father and Abba, in Arabic, I got 10 of them. I killed 10 Jews. Oh, Allah Akbar. The father is so excited to hear that his son killed 10 people. This is not just your normal political ideology. This is a sickness within Islam. No other group would you call your father and be like, you're so proud of me, so proud of you, son. They're going to the beach together, not to suntan, not to surf, to go murder people. This is what's going on here. It's a generational curse. And the biggest issue is with these progressive leaders in the West, they have these big hearts and these very small brains, and they just can't connect the dots. How many times do we need to see this absurdity before you say, you know what, guys, maybe we should open our eyes and not be retarded anymore? No, let them all in.
No. And I really hope, because the writing is on the wall and you're starting to see it creep in here in the United States. I mean, thank God for the First Amendment, backed up by the Second Amendment, because these people can't even talk crap about the terrorists because they will show up to your house and put your ass in jail. Okay, and there needs to be some. By the way, and I have to keep reiterating
about all the social media laws in the UK.
Oh yeah, Tom.
Yep.
This is a Christian nation. Full stop. Our founding fathers, this is under nation, under God. We are a Christian nation. If you want to do Islam and all your stuff, go stay there. Stay there where everybody is doing it, okay? And Pat, you have people like Ilhan Omar and everything. The moment this happened, and look at it, she's Muslim. It's second, she's like, the guns. It's the guns. Take away the guns. That's what they do. Because this is the plan. It's migrate, multiply, and then dominate. Everybody's like, no, everything's peaceful. Everything's love. The moment they are going to be the majority, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And I'm sorry, I will be damned if it's going to happen here. And to the point, Pat, to make it stop happening, me and Adam talked about this a while ago, and it was we had a debate here. The consequences for these people, because guess what they're doing? That father and son are doing that. Guess where they think they are right now? Heaven. Guess what? They think they're with 72 virgins, getting laid, sorry for my language, murdering 10-year-olds. You're getting laid. That's in your religion. Period. End of story. That's in your religion. They think they're getting laid with virgins right now. So there needs to be consequences, Pat. And I'm sorry. Something has to happen. And what do we talk about? If you're going to do jihad like that, just know this. We're coming after your kids. We're coming after your mother and your father. Something has to happen drastically because nothing else is happening, Pat.
When you said we're coming after your kids, your mother, your father, you're talking about them getting arrested.
Something has to happen where, because Pat, these people love their families. Yeah. Everybody, I don't care if you're jihad, Islam, you love your kids. Your mother and father, I think, have to be held accountable, like the people that get murdered. Where was it, Pat? The mother and father got arrested because the kid shot and killed somebody. Something has to happen.
I know that was the Michigan case.
Yeah, I know you want to move on, but you know, this whole globalized the intifada, what does that even mean? We've heard so many times.
Mamdani loves that.
We've heard so many times, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, cruel. Most people don't even know what river, what sea. Globalize the intifada basically just means go kill Jews wherever they are. I'm so sick of the narrative of I don't hate Jews, I'm just anti-Israel. Oh, really? What did Sydney, Australia have to do with Israel? Oh, no, I'm just doing this for Gaza. Really? What did Sydney, Australia have anything to do? I'm just not a fan of the IDF. So you're murdering people in Sydney? There's a failure to connect the dots here. So at some point, you have to realize maybe they just hate and want to kill Jews. But they won't stop there, guys. Because if I'm in a Muslim country, you know who the most people scared should be? Christians. Because they've already got rid of all the Jews. Christians are being murdered in Muslim countries. But in the West, with these big hearts and these small brains, I'd be very fearful if you're a Jew these days.
Well, the big heart, small brain is called a useful idiot, and they die last. But they die too because to the radical extreme Muslims, we are all infidels, and they kill the ones that are the most passionate first, which is the Jews and the Christians, and they work down the line. And all of the complicit liberals don't know that they're last on the list, but they're on it.
Oh, they're on it, all right.
Yeah, by the way,
they're voting for this.
Yeah, and FYI, again, to me, it's very simple. Like if I do business with somebody, and we say, hey, I want all our employees. Let's say we're 50-50 business partners. I say I want all the employees to work from the office. You say no, I want everybody to work from home. I say I want the finances to be managed by somebody that we hire who is a non-interested party on my end or your end to be the finance guy. He says, no, I want it to be my wife. I say, I want our office to be located in XYZ place where it's safe. He says, no, I want it to be at such a... You go through a list of things, and then guess what you realize?
Hey, we're
You're
not supposed to be business
compatible,
partners.
and you can't coexist. Guess what do? I had a guy that I was going to do business partner with. I love this guy. He was at my wedding. If we were on trips, you wanted to find me, find him, you'll find me. If you wanted to find him, find me, you'll find him. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how we were together. Guess what happened? One night in Atlanta, we're speaking till 4 o'clock in the morning. Do you know what he says? At one of the conversations, he says to me, well, damn, sell me the dream at least of what's going to happen if we build a company together. I said, sell you the dream? We have to work 80 to 100 hours every week to build this company. And he was like, I don't know if I want to work that hard. And he was making 3 times more money than I was making at the time. I'm like, guess what? You know what that was? That night. It's like, compatibility. No, we can't coexist. Because then eventually I'm going to resent you for not willing to work. And I don't want to be in a situation like this. You stay in your country. I'm going to stay in my own country, and let's see what we can do. We can't stop forcing people to coexist when they simply cannot. By the way, just so you guys know, I just got word right now. PBD Podcast on X is number 6 trending on X worldwide. The hashtag is on. And by the way, this is at a time with a lot of stuff going on, and PBD Podcast is trending. So we're looking through it. For some of you guys that haven't tweeted yet, keep doing it. We're looking for you. And the best ones, Humberto Rob, pick some people. I'd like to send some people some cash for being with us on our 700th episode that happens to be today. Thanks to the entire team in the back that you guys do your work, all the people over the years that have done what they've done, and all the listeners. Those of you guys that have been with us from day one till today, I appreciate you guys. And obviously this wouldn't happen without our leadership team, Tom, Adam, Vinny, Tom, Rob, and everybody else in the back. And again, people in the past that have worked, and the leadership team on the other side that helps us hire people that they do. With that being said, guys, exciting news here on what happened. I got a report this morning. Let me tell you what this report is. Do you know I got the report this morning because of Christmas shopping? We've been doing a lot of Christmas shopping ourselves. My son's got the longest Christmas shopping list he's ever had.
Dylan?
Oh, my God. And by the way, so many of the items are old dinosaur, what do you call
Legos.
it? He's all into dinosaur Legos that we got to go try to find. We got to go find. We got to tell Santa to go find.
Of course.
And he's been doing a lot of stuff. So Christmas shopping. You know what this is? Since the vault till today, I've only not worn these 3 days. Every day I've worn these. And you know why this is a special week? Because the white and the navy are officially here being shipped out this week. They're being shipped out this week. So I want to give you a report that I got this morning on how many countries have ordered these shoes. You ready? In order, okay, of orders, of who's ordered the most. Obviously, U.S. is number 1. Number 2 is Canada. Surprisingly, Canada's number 2. I have to look to see if Pierre won it or not because I don't know if he believes future looks bright. I hope he did. Australia, 23. Interesting. Australia's diehard fans of the podcast, by the way. Australia 3X'd UK. Okay?
Damn.
Then you got Slovenia. Then you got UAE. UAE makes it in the top 6 of people ordering the shoe. Then you know who's next? Saudi Arabia. Then it's Malaysia, Poland, Croatia, Bulgaria. Then it's Switzerland, Ireland, Czech, Oman, Norway, and guess who's last?
Oman, little old Oman.
Israel is last. They did buy, though, but they're last. So somebody there said...
But they get a good discount, yes.
No discount for the shoes.
Damn.
But guess what? To everybody that's watching this, I love the amount of people that are ordering the shoes. Some interesting people are ordering the shoes and wearing them. I'm in love with them. But for Christmas, folks, Rob, if you can go on a VT merch, I want to show you guys a shirt for Christmas, especially those of you guys that watch it. Whatever you do, stay up a little bit, Rob. Get yours. You're going to fall in love with these Christmas hats. Okay? I'm personally giving these Christmas hats away as gifts to some of the folks that I have. These may be the sickest red Christmas hats in the world ever, especially at a time that some people are playing the game, Christ, Christmas, what it's all about, celebrating it, whether it's the green, this is a hot item, buy 5, buy 10, buy 20, gift them to others. You will not be disappointed. On the right, it says Future Looks Bright. On the side, it says VTN. When you flip it, I don't even know if it shows the bottom, Future Looks Bright. It's a sick hat, Rob. If you can
Sold
go back.
out last year.
Yeah, I know it did. So, but we got a few left. If you go back to that page, go a little bit lower. I want to show you that shirt. You see that shirt right there? To those of you guys, the one to the left. Can you zoom into that one and go in, Rob?
Who the hell is on
Well,
that?
you have to zoom in a little bit, folks. This is like OG.
Who's that?
If you go in a little bit, zoom in, you will see, will it go in a good quality zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in? Can you see it? That's me in the middle.
Is that me as an elf?
That's Vinny as an elf.
Adam.
That's Adam as a Jew.
Adam as a Hanukkah.
That's Rob in the back.
Another elf.
And then you got Tom to the right.
Dude, that's hilarious.
And yours truly in the middle. So it's
I want that.
On the back of it, I think it says PBD Podcast, Rob. If you don't have it or not, if you want to go to the back. Yeah, right there.
Nice.
There you go. All right.
Like
so go to vtmerch.com, place the order. And we're about to make a massive announcement about Future Looks Bright that I'm excited about. Once it closes, I'll make the announcement to you guys here today. So again, for Christmas, if you order today, things will arrive to you. And anybody that places an order, you get a Merry Christmas Future Looks Bright ornament and a Merry Christmas Valuetainment Edition mug that'll be sent to you as well. So go place your order, represent, and we'll send the gifts over to you. We'll send your merch over to you this week. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.